Today's video is sponsored by W and viewers like you. Use promo code INF10 for 10% off your order. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm back again with more Hogwarts. Because, you know, we will get back to Dead Space eventually. I promise. But hey, if you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It helps us out a lot. And it gives us a lot of help. And it's free to you guys. It's definitely helpful to our channel. And lets us grow, gives me and the guys, you know, a little bit of encouragement that, hey, you actually like us. So, I hope everyone is doing well today. My day has been pretty quiet, actually. It's pretty normal for me, though.
Revelio.
I don't really usually have that much in the way of noise in my life, so... which is a good thing.
Ah, there you are.
Professor Fig.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Hecat.
I can now set
So
people
I
on
hear.
fire.
She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills.
Haha.
That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Oh, the almighty jerk has arrived.
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
Why does Professor Black have, like, bad guy
It's
vibes?
exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But, Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
I think we know someone that can get us into the restricted section. What do you guys think? Shall we pay our good friend the Slytherin a visit?
Sneaking into the restricted section. My dear.
But, yeah, I'm doing alright. I know I talked a little bit yesterday about how I think that YouTube is kind of considering us more or less as competitors, as content creators, in terms of
How nice to see you, my young friend.
sponsorship and stuff like that. But, you know, I think instead of reacting to that by trying to curtail content creators, I think YouTube really, the smarter thing option really would have been to realize that going for sponsors, going for things like Patreon and like, is a reaction. It's a reaction to how unstable and how unreliable ad revenue is.
Sebastian, there you are. I was hoping to see you. I was in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack and saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow.
Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
It's to do with
Seems
Ranrock.
he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this port key.
A port key? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
Good job.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
But because the whole thing about YouTubers getting sponsors, doing merch and all that, that's literally just an immune response to the unstable nature of ad revenue. What YouTube could have done, and this is something I advocate YouTube would do, is provide a service to content creators, which is badly needed, where they will vet and take care of negotiating prices with sponsors on our behalf for a gratuity of like 10-15%. Not too bad, right?
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner. So don't let me see
Yes,
us.
prefects.
Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The disillusionment charm.
Yes.
Places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Years of Metal Gear Solid and stealth games like Assassin's Creed are about to come into play here. Dun 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 dun.
We must remain unseen.
But basically, YouTube could offer that service. I'm sure YouTubers in general wouldn't mind giving 10-15% for, someone to vet our sponsors and stuff for us, so that we're not accidentally supporting or going into scams or what have you, which is a common problem with content creators, is we're always getting sponsors that aren't really actually sponsors. There's not always, but there are a lot of times there's a good chance of scams, like the, recent one with the title scam, where it's like you supposedly buy a piece of Scottish land and then you can call yourself a lord, even though actually in reality, no, you can't. Because, well...
Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
Yeah.
Damn. You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me?
The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
Good idea.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
Yeah. Plus, there are other services that they could provide too. For example, YouTubers often have a problem where, they'll try to do merch, and the merch sites will either...
That wasn't so difficult after all. How to find that book.
They'll have some difficulty or another with it, where I think the Click recently was talking about how he was having some custom pins that were made, and then the place decided to say, oh, well, we're moving to a new warehouse, and so we're giving you the option of either shipping it to your house, in which you have to sell it, or we'll destroy or donate, even though he's already paid for these things. Now, YouTube,
Ghost, don't let her see you.
as a company, could also provide services in that regard, too, where they will negotiate with merch manufacturers and people like that, and they'll help YouTubers create merch for their channel for, again, a 10-15% gratuity. Not a big deal. And
Should be in the clear. No need for us to be skulking about.
not only with this stabilized content
What is it you've
creators
been looking for?
income on the platform.
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that
Aww.
she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think
Dedicated
you find a cure
brother.
in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
But, that stabilizes YouTube's income, stabilizes our income. And oh my god, did we just violate the chest? The poor chest.
Secrets of the darkest arts. I'm impressed.
But,
Let me know.
those are just my thoughts, Those are solutions that I would personally think would actually be a lot more helpful than what's going on. Plus, that way, every January you don't have content creators constantly having videos that were originally perfectly fine being demonetized out of nowhere. I think that a great many YouTubers would like that. Personally, but
Reparo.
right, because we had to deal with the cutscene.
Sebastian Cello and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't
I'm
you...
going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
Don't get in trouble.
Wait, I don't want you getting into trouble for me.
I have a way with the faculty when it comes to disciplinary matters. Besides, I like having friends who are in my debt. Now
That's
go.
lovely.
Good luck in your search. Now, where's that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
Reparo.
Yay, we have goggles. It's goggles, so it's not as dweeby as glasses. No, I'm kidding. That's not to offend anyone who wears glasses.
Revelli. Of course. Traces of ancient magic.
Although, let's be honest,
There must be more to this room.
if I was worried about offending people, I would not be playing this game. Aw, we're not high enough level for that. Alright. Suit yourself.
That's it.
Of course, you know, all the stuff I mentioned thus far is literally just a point of literally just going like, you know, instead of trying to fight against the market you're supposed to be working with, actually working on the side of that market kind of thing. Just my thought process there.
This lead.
Now, enough about economics while we're playing wizards. Although, I guess that wouldn't be so much economics, it's just plain business.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
But, then again, I would argue that a simple cashier like myself should not have the better skills to be able to understand the market they're dealing with a little bit better than the CEO of the very company that they're running a channel on.
Potato! Levioso! Stupid one! Repel! Accio!
Hello. To the chest, to the chest. We got some new armor, that's neat. See if we can put those on. Yes! Okay, cool. We actually got some stuff we can use. So this is gonna be one we're gonna have to mad dash it and jump. Whee!
This must be the way forward, but to where?
Well, considering what we've encountered thus far, probably another pensive.
Nearly there. Let's keep my wits about me.
Another chest. And another chest. Ooh. More gear that's actually useful. Excellent. Goody. How's that?
Potato! Stupefy! Incendio! Accio!
Potato! Stupid one! Leviosa! Stupid one!
Ouch.
Leviosa! Accio! Potato! Leviosa!
Alright. The Guardian is destroyed.
It is a book after all.
What kind of book, though, is the question. Well, time to take our dunk in our heads. Hmm. 1400s wizards. Right about this time, they'd be getting hunted like crazy.
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald? Professor Rackham?
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood? Professor Bakar?
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we've never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With
Perhaps.
the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Dun 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 dun. I am sorry, but when I see that look, I'm just like, oh yeah, she gonna be evil. Congratulations, you've created Darth Vader.
Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
We've gotten to the restriction section. But our poor buddy got, I hope he does okay and doesn't go end up in, like, super detention. That would suck. Yay, we saved the world, but our friend got... done for. Oh, cool. Aha, mysterious book. Now what do we do? Turn to Professor Fig's classroom, it seems. I hear music. Open door. Ooh, Hogwarts is interesting at night. Interesting that someone is playing violin this late in the night. Hello, fellas!
Go back to your tea and biscuits whilst you have the chance.
What do you say? Mr. 5,000?
Alright then. Professor Fig, as if my schedule wasn't contested enough, the Ministry has charged me with arranging a rather inconvenient arrival of new students at Hogwarts. Professor Black complaining that he has to teach us as a fifth year. For a man so bent on education, he is such a whiny jerk about it.
You cannot be serious. Goblins?
Hello.
With Rookwood? Makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig.
You have a visitor.
It's true. I was
I'll see what
there.
I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
Must patch shadows.
Oh dear.
Oh, great.
These
Pages are
seem
missing.
to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them?
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
Of course.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return.
Yay!
Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Of course, Professor. Defense against the dark arts. Read mail.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Incendio!
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
This sounds like a trap.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Yes, Professor Hackett. I think we'll probably go to herbology. Because, you know, nothing against anybody, but something about meet me out in the middle of outside the castle in the middle of nowhere screams trap, 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 to trap. I'm sorry. I have seen too many stories like this.
Is she growing Punja's onion again?
So it's a good idea to get some additional spells and skills while we're at it.
Good
Morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here.
Who named this professor?
Today's class. A little treat for your auntie.
The writer of Dragon Ball? Sorry, I was trying to think of his name, but I couldn't think of it for the life of me.
Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
I know who he is.
Look forward to growing
The
together.
sad part is I don't remember his name. I feel sad now.
Thrilling
And
is it to have
depressed.
everyone back together
Oh well.
again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bowl. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like this is the kind of teacher you would have a crush on.
Everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Ouch. Get in the dirt, you loud noise machine.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go.
I think they're all a little bit mature, ma'am.
Now for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
I enjoyed it.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Aww.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage.
Oh, joy!
That some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Here, dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
You don't say, Professor. I would almost assume they would with the name called Chinese Chomping Cabbage.
I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Eat plant.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the denoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but that's just a dummy.
Just because those cabbages will chomp on a dummy doesn't mean they do the same on, say, a goblin.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Well, might as well collect some more of these guys. Never know when you'll need to throw a carnivorous plant at somebody. No. Definitely go away measure if ever was one.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Yes, Professor, of course. Oh, let's check on our Detony.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
To make anything.
I should think Professor Garlick would be more careful with her mandrakes.
What are you up to now?
Detony leaves. Let's attend potions.
Maybe Aura's or someone from the Ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Blackwood.
Begin.
Bet he knows more than he's letting on about the Goblin Rebellion.
Potions is one of the most
What happened to our professor?
subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Welcome to Magical Wizard Chemistry. The things that you brew can and might actually explode in your face.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion.
Yes, Professor.
Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Yes, Professor.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of...
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
You heard correctly.
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pride goeth before the fall.
To Professor Weasley.
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
I don't know, Gareth. I don't want to get on Sharp's bad side.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
Yeah, no.
Enough to worry about collecting
no.
the ingredients he wants me to get.
I'm not.
I'm afraid I can't
nope.
help you.
I
all of the
understand.
nope.
I'll sort something else out.
Yeah, I could already see that as being a bad idea from here.
A well-prepared witch or wizard, or should you chop the Didney or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
See? This right here is why we don't do things like grab miscellaneous potion ingredients. Just because a student thinks that they're some awesome, savant with potions does not mean they are. Woo!
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Get it!
Dragon Duck! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr.
Your eyebrows are
Professor.
gone.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again.
I brewed an Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
Glad you managed to stay on task. Not every class is so eventful. I saw Mr. Weasley speaking with you earlier. He can be quite persuasive. Glad you managed to resist. You've done well today. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Yes, Professor. Thank you.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Revelio.
Ugh, my robes are going to reach inspiration.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for, you know, somebody trying to get good, but maybe don't just like slam random ingredients into a pot. Now we gotta try and play the slap the key in the hole game.
That's it.
Aha! I'll take that, thank you. So.
That was it. Half a bottle of flabbergasted leech. Stirred.
Alright, so. Let's meet our friend from Wakadu. And hope this doesn't go horribly wrong.
Relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
But, at the very least, hopefully now, we shall have that wondrous thought of, haha, you thought it was a trap, but behold, Chinese chopping cabbage! Your kneecaps are gone! Hee hee.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Meet Natty 09 Lower Hogsfield. The Beast's classroom, that's good to know. Again, this feels so much like this is going to be a trap of some kind. Of some variation. Granted, I think Natty is a nice girl, so I guarantee if it is a trap, it's going to be via, like, coercion, so it's not going to be something, like, she wanted to do. Because let's be fair, Rookwood does not come across as, I'm totally not going to harass or threaten a little girl, or a 15-year-old girl. That seems to be exactly his kind of thing. What is this?
Revelio.
Sorry. Wigan Will push. Huh. Must be from the groundskeeper then. This must be the groundskeeper's hutch.
This looks intriguing.
Hi, Onai.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Natty!
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, But I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Glad to hear it.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
Here's a
That may be
question.
True, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be sick.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stand aside!
Incendio!
Extinguish!
Pray for that. Leviosa!
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. Go then!
Incendio! I'm not going anywhere with you.
You'll take the production of a coward! Going on!
Tell Rook to find me himself.
You will pay for your deeds.
Accio.
That's just the beginning. Had enough? I hate heights.
Eat ass.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Hello, ma'am.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Who's Priya?
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff. Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
How extraordinary.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Of course, they made Merlin a Slytherin.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Ho ho!
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each
Revelio
has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory.
Incendio.
Beard!
Sometimes the best solution is fire!
Beard, how beautiful! What a day. I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
I think.
Can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Aha!
And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Ho ho! Well, I think everyone, this is a good place to stop our video. So once again, I thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I will see you next time. Stay safe, my
A portrait in
friends.
our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.